hello. Bot is doing some weird stuff, but it seems to be working more or less. How is everyone doing tonight? Happy Monday. We are working on stuff. So the big thing tonight is the first special attack. We have a lot to continue building on this specific special attack, and then we want to build some kind of system to actually contain all special attacks, which is currently just the one. So we want it to be completely working, where you can select it and it actually heals and does a fun little animation maybe. We may need to come up with exactly what the overall theming looks like. I mean, gear is a good start. So one important thing, partners cannot trigger special attacks. So however we do it, Dabble is the only one that can use those. It definitely has to be a separate pool of resource than other attacks. So the little lightning bolt power for extra power attacks, that doesn't come up. It's unrelated to that. Grows a new gadget. One thing I was thinking, if we go into a battle, so one thing that could be interesting, can I go into a battle? Hello? Oh, it's coming. Yeah, I was thinking that Dabble himself does something. So in this case, it could be that, like, we reduce the size of the minigame so it only covers the right side of the screen. So bring it down by like 30%, down to about 60 or 70% size. And it's like we have Dabble actually moving the thing in 3D space, like his arms stretch out or something, and he's the one that's actually moving the bucket, which might look a little bit awkward, but it could be good. So something like that. But definitely, I think we want to remove the enemies. Any enemies are going to be temporarily shoved off screen somehow. Now, exactly how, I don't know yet. But it's something like that. But yeah, it's like a different auxiliary function. Somehow. Does Dabble get like rebuilt into some structure? So Paper Mario did it. It was the crystal stars that you gain. You are using their power, and so they very gently are a part of the animation in some way. But the first one you get before you get any crystal stars. So it's the magical map. Has the power of the stars somehow. Don't worry about it. So it might make more sense for it to just be like some kind of data thing. First thing let's do is let's move it into the scene somehow. So let's take this whole recovery special business. We're going to create a 3D version of it. Which way is which? Okay. Huh, is that really where this was? We're want to put the 2D stuff in a sub viewport, which sucks a bit. Because that means I need to change the type of this into a Node 3D. We're doing it on Martin. Sub viewport gets these, and that means that everything that references does anything reference? Nothing references the pegs, but the catcher does get referenced. So I have to make sure that we update that. But now we can create a sprite 3D using a viewport texture, which is the viewport. Update this to be like big 1600. Sure, make sure that it has a transparent background. And see, now it's actually in the world. Wow. Wow. Arrange this a little bit so it kind of skirts along the top a little bit. And there we go. Maybe that's a start. Let's see if that works. Oh, sickness is afoot. That is a thing that happens. And it doesn't like that because it extends Node 2D, and that should be 3D now. Fine. Doesn't really matter. Could just extend Node. Doesn't have to specifically be a node of any type. Well, okay, we're in 3D space, I guess. Are we? What's going on here? What's going on here? What's the big idea here? What's the big idea? What is happening there? Why is that not working anymore? It's because these need to be part of a node. Oh no, it's because we're add child needs to be on the sub viewport. So we're gonna say this is gonna be our container. And so when we remove things, we're gonna put them in the container. Or when we add things, we're gonna put them in the container. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's not great. There we go. Okay. Good, 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 good. Much better, much better. Okay, now for the sizing of it. Which we're gonna do in 3D mode over here where you can't see it happening. So like, what if it was like over here, and then Dabble is, I don't know, he's somehow involved in this whole thing. He's just happy to be a part of it. So it goes over to here, so we could scoot Dabble to this location. And all this could just happen here, sliding along the ground. That's probably fine. Something like that. Okay, let me modify the catcher a bit. Somehow. Like we can make it like a bucket. Could be a bucket. Okay, let's mess around with it a bit. Well, no, let's keep brainstorming. So Dabble is here, and we could have like a big gear rolling around that somehow he's controlling. It could be we position Dabble like behind this, like he's pushing a bucket back and forth. And something like that. That might be a decent way to do it. A bucket. Okay. Think computers. Think like old computer. Like, think think vacuum tubes and what are we doing here? Punch cards. I'm trying to think of some other, other special moves. We also want to have some kind of attack everything on screen move. And then we can have various types of attack all things on screen. Thousand Year Door kind of balances it, that there are some that can deal more damage, but they cost more special meter. And the mini games are very different from each other, which is good. We want that. I guess by my estimation, there might be four of the 8 special attacks are just deal damage. 2 of them are heal. Sweet Treat and Sweet Feast basically have the exact same mini game, but one is like more effective. Clock Out is immobilize opponents if you are successful. But that's still a roll of the dice because some enemies have resistance to status effects like that. And then Power Lift is, of course, the overpowered one that you can wind up with a +4/+4 on your entire party. Is that all of them? I guess the last one, the final one you get, is not really a damaging move. It's an insta-kill move. But again, some enemies have resistance to insta-kill. But that is all of them, because you got Supernova is just mash A for like 60 seconds. Power Lift is ridiculous. Earth Tremor is basically what we have for Spring Fling. It's a little meter fills up, and when the bar goes over the circle, you press the button. And you do that for like 30 seconds, and then every time you're successful, it's more power. It does 1 extra damage. Art Attack is you draw circles around the enemies, and the more circles you can draw, the more damage it does. If you only partially include the enemies, it doesn't deal as much damage. All that stuff. And you can get up to, I think, like 15 damage if you're really targeting a small enemy. Supernova, I don't even know how much damage that one does. It's such a boring move. You just mash A, and it uses a ton of special points. And then Showstopper, I think, is a Simon Says kind of game. Mash ABB, ABB, ABBB. And if you get them all right, then it rolls a chance of insta-kill. So we'll probably want to have some varying damage dealers. I think, status effect. Then you become Darude. Hey Aaron, how does the Darude Sandstorm go? Okay. What other special moves do we want? Obviously heal moves are good. And damage moves are good. A buff would be cool, but it's very overpowered. Random status effect could be very interesting, especially if it was not just a random status effect on the enemy, but also a random beneficial status effect for you. That's a fun one. Or maybe that's the degrees of success. Oh, I haven't even really gotten into how status effects work in this game. It's a whole thing. I'll need to make sure the system can handle that sort of process of rolling status effects multiple times. But it's all, status effects have potency in the form of 50-50 rolls. If Imp shows up later, I bet he'd be interested in that system. Even though he's not really a Paper Mario guy, I think he can appreciate a system with easier to understand resistances. Assign damage to enemies. See, that's kind of like what Art Attack does, is your resource is how much time you have to draw circles around the enemies. So you could draw a circle around every enemy and deal 3 damage to everybody, but that's going to take a while, and you can only do 3 damage at a time a few times before you run out of time. Or you can focus one enemy and draw like 5 little circles around him to rack up damage. So that's why that move is very interesting from a strategic standpoint. I like that move because you get this very interesting strategy going from a very simple rule set. I love that. So I think there is something to that, of a move where you have to sort of assign damage. The theming is office tasks. He's pushing papers. Right here, he's pushing papers. Mail sorting, the usual. That doesn't feel very whimsical. That feels more like Origami King. Oh, the villains, why they are office supplies, stapler, pencil sharpener. It's a paper game. See, I liked the theming. What I didn't like is that they made it just photorealistic craft supplies, basically. Hey, Abram. It is going so good. We're doing a little brainstorming. But like things that older computers would have been good at might make sense, you know? Like, you know, some kind of basic sorting system or something like that. That could be a nice little theming that we could go off of. Little bits of data. Yeah, I was thinking of getting them some kind of little particle effect. A little, you know, something similar to what the save point has on it. Just little bits of cubes, spinning cubes, zipping around. Hi, Donut. Hi, Mean. Forgot. Yes, this is Godot. This is made in Godot. Let's see. So for everybody coming in just now, we're brainstorming ideas for special attacks, and that is capital S, capital A. It's a very specific set of moves. We're kind of trying to emulate a system from Paper Mario, the early Paper Marios. No, not combined stuff. It's in Thousand Year Door. Your partner could attack, Mario could attack, but Mario specifically had a set of special attacks that were only available to him. It used a separate resource, not your flower points or your mana or whatever. It had a separate bar that would fill up over time. And these were very powerful things that could heal the party, do a lot of damage even in the early game. It was a Disc 1 nuke. Firewall, that's fun. That's fun. I do like the idea of these being like programs. like the routines that he can run. So the idea of like a defensive maneuver of firewall that perhaps even if anyone attacks directly, they are set on fire because of the firewall. That's fun. Yeah, snake game would be a fun little one. This could be a garbage collection routine. Defrag, like a cleanup. I mean, tentatively we're calling it recovery because it's a recovery move. So maybe we just call it restore. Just delete an enemy. I mean, there's precedent for insta-kill moves. Okay, I think that's what we'll go with for the actual theming. Is it's computer tasks. Should watch Wall-E with. I don't think she'd like it. I think she doesn't really do movies that much. She'd get bored. We have very, very little time outside of school. So it would be just like weekends are a commodity we have to be careful about using on things. So spending 90 minutes on a movie would be big. Someday I need to take her to a theater, but I think that's going to be a bit. I don't think she's ready for that. She'd probably freak out when THX came up. Okay, I think that's what we'll do with our theming. It's going to be kind of data stuff. Could I get a... Could we get like a terminal style shader on this without completely wrecking everything? I'm gonna look something up here. Godot terminal shader. Is there any? What would that look like? Gosh, I don't quite have. How about ASCII shader? Let's take a look at what this would look like. Rare earth magnet. Okay, this is close to what we want. This might be pretty good here. It's a spatial shader. I don't know if this will work in... It says it works in 4.3. So let's just try this. By Daniel Baloney. Let's give it a go. I don't know if this is gonna get us anywhere. Create new. No, I guess it would be shader. Shader. All right. Is that gonna complain at me? Is it good? Everything looks fine. I don't know what the parameters are, but we're gonna try them. We're gonna try some things out here. So I'm gonna try applying this to this sprite. How do I have to do this? VGA cable. Box of cables, go! Material override? So that doesn't seem like that's what we want to do. Okay, wait, it does say it's got a test a demo project. So let's see how that's set up, I guess. Download the zip. Open it up. Extract it. Extract it. There it is. Open Godot. I open a second copy of Godot. Please choose. Right. Sorry. Import. Let's see how this looks. Let's see if it works at all first. Sometimes there's minor differences in versions and that kind of thing. But let's try it. Oops, okay, let's just select current. No, not a defined scene. Okay, sample scene. Oh. Well. All right, Mr. Baloney, what have you done here? How have you made this happen? What's this symbol? Wait, hang on, what was this? What's this symbol? What is that? I don't know that symbol. I've never seen that before. How did you do that? Children are not selectable. Huh. I need to figure out how to make that happen. Okay. Post-process passes. Is this what you're doing? Yes, this is what you're doing. How is this working? What is this? What is this? What is this thing? A mesh 3D. Okay, it has a material, which is the shader. Makes sense. Parameters. Okay, you've got your textures. All right, this is cool. This is cool. Aren't we all day? How does this work? Mr. Baloney, what have you done? What have you done here? What is this? This is a mesh. This is a mesh. Oh, is this... Hang on a second. Hang on a second. What is this mesh doing exactly? Skeleton. Sample. What? Sample. Skeleton? What? It's a mesh. A quad mesh. It's 2 by 2. What if I make it 1 by... Okay. Ah! Oh! Oh! How did you do that, huh? How did you do that? How's it always big enough? Is this doing some kind of billboarding? Flip faces. Why did you want to flip faces? How did you do this? How did you do this? 1-1. Quad mesh. What's a quad mesh? How's that different from a... How's that different from a plane? Class representing a square mesh that faces the camera. Ah, magic. Okay. So if it was instead a plane mesh... Oh, okay. Well, then it just wouldn't work, huh? But when it's a quad mesh... Oh no, we've broken something. Hang on, bring it back. Bring it back. What did we break here? Flip faces, probably. If I say new box mesh... No, that doesn't make it go away. Ow. How is this possible? If I say new cylinder. If I say new plane. Flip faces. Oh, that's, I just don't understand how that works. I just don't understand how this works, I guess. Why does a cylinder work? What about a torus? What? Okay, so it's... Okay, I'm starting to get it. Hang on, there's a little bit of understanding coming in. Hang on, I'm getting some understanding. So if I change this to face Z and flip faces, okay. All right, yep. So let's just leave it as a box, I guess. What if I rotate this? It does not care at all. Huh. Is this shader magic? How in the heck? Render mode unshaded. Okay, so what hints are we using here? We're using the screen. Okay, so this does have to take in the entire screen. So I think that means it basically applies to everything. Which would be tricky. Map pixel coordinate. Yep. Okay. Very interesting. So this, is there a way we can apply this within the viewport is maybe the big question. Like, can I put something on top of it? Because I think right now, if I just make another rubber duck, there's no in front of it. It's just anything, yeah. It's taking the entire screen, no matter how close or far away. Anything within the zone is within the zone. Quack, quack. But that would be a cool effect to make all the special attacks sort of old computer terminal sort of thing. Gets turned on or something. All right, well, let's grab these images. Interesting. Oh, setting. Flip fit, yeah, I saw that. Rights, use copy, modify, merge, publish, distribute, sublicense, and or sell copies, and to permit, oh, nice, MIT license, heck yeah. Okay. Let's try some things then. Let's do some experimentes. So that does mean, unfortunately, that we would have to do some changes to make this canvassable. But it seems like it wouldn't be hard to just slap that over the entire screen. Like, what would that look like? Let's just slap this over the entire screen for a bit and see what happens. Mesh instance. Choose a quad mesh. 2x2. Flip faces. And then in the geometry material override, apply the shader. And then in the parameters, apply the texture. Well, how about that? Look at that. That is something. Oh, the heart. Oh, the sprites. Okay, sprites don't play nice because of it trying to figure out which one's in front, presumably. So that is bizarre. Yeah, and then that's not gonna play nice, of course. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Huh. That is weird. Okay. Let's try. This is not gonna work, but imagine if it did. How would we do this? Shader type, spatial. So I'm thinking maybe it's possible to turn this into a 2D version. That we could apply to just the canvas item. This would be really, really silly. So let's see here. So we have spatial shaders and then the other kind of shaders. Canvas item shaders. We're gonna try it. It's gonna break in a lot of different interesting ways. Vertex. Position instead is this? No. Position is, what do you know? Oh, position is just not even a thing you've got. Can we take this out completely? Is that cool if we just comment this whole block out? Okay, then it doesn't like this. Viewport size doesn't exist. Ooh. E. Is there a canvas item analog to viewport size? Or do we even need to care about that? Downscale text. I need to figure out what this is. There's a lot in Godot's stuff. Shaders are still, just absolute magic. Wait, is this a function that we have here? It is just a function. Okay, but it does take a vector 2 of the screen size. Let's try this. This is probably not a good idea. Okay, and then finally albedo. Vertex 2? No. What do you not like here? Don't like albedo. Show me an example of a canvas item shader. Show me a canvas item shader, please. Please, please, please. Fragment. It's just color? To operate. No. 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 Okay, this is the fragment shader. Yes. So, color is this. How do I get a vector 3 out of a vector 4, vice versa, or whatever? Can I do this or something? Oh, it seems to be okay with that. There's no way this is gonna work. There's no way this is gonna work. But it would be very, very funny if it did. Okay. Script. Container. It's now subviewport /OT. All right. Now, what in the world would I put this on? Should I just add a sprite? I don't even know. Don't even know. Sure. Where do we add the, there we go. Material, shader, parameters. There's no way this is gonna work. It better not work. Okay, good, it didn't work. Hooray. Oh snap, it's gonna work. Wait, what? Uh-oh. This might work. Huh. Well, look at that. This shouldn't be visible, but... Huh. Interesting. What's that gonna look like, though, in 3D? That's actually okay. That it failed there. Getting there. Velocity on null catcher. Oh, yep. We gotta update that. I moved some things around, make everything work. Huh. Well, that's not a bad effect. The problem is you can't tell what's what. but that's actually pretty darn cool. Huh. Now hold on, he had another example in here. There's some way of setting up color. How did you do that, sir? How did you set up color? A README. A README, you say. I don't want to open that in Notepad++. That's a readme.md. That's not going to work. It's not going to work, bud. Okay, here we go. So how do you do color? Uh-huh. Color, 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 color. Here we go. Add color. Multiply the downsampled texture. Multiply the downsampled texture. Multiply the downsampled texture with the ASCII value just computed. It's supposed to be this, I think. Oh, okay. If we do this, then maybe that just works. All right, let's see if we see something amazing here. Or at least different. Oh! Okay, okay. All right. Huh. So... That's a good start. This looks really bad. Why does that look so bad? Is it like the position within the thing, or what makes this look bad? Strange. If I move this around, ooh, we get some wiggling. It's like the color scaling is not lining up with the texture. Like, look at that. That should not happen. That shouldn't happen. I mean, I guess it's fine for now. Huh. Okay. That's really interesting. So, let's try and make it actually legible. Because right now, when we run it, like, that's not... Whoops. Well, don't worry about that. It's not really obvious what is happening. So I think what I want to do... This coin sprites object here. Yeah, these right here, I want to modify... I want to go with a folder-based kind of thing. So we're gonna add node TD, node 2D, called player, and then one for partner, energy, and error. Okay. So we're gonna have our base. And then nothing else. So we can have this. That's fine. But we're gonna try and do this kind of thing. And that. This, except we're gonna always have this one set to 200 0. And then error. So we're gonna delete this. Don't know about heart, we'll see. Error is also gonna have this, but set to 900 200. Just make sure everything's like really nice and big. Error, energy, icon. We'll adjust the colors a little bit, I think. And so instead of adjusting like the values here of the region rect, we'll instead hide and show the appropriate whatevers. Icon folders. No, let's say icon containers. Get node. And it'll be coin sprites / player partner energy error. Is that what I called them? Partner energy error, yes. And then what we'll do is we'll say for IDX in icon containers dot size. Icon containers sub IDX dot visible equals false unless the IDX equals the coin type to drop. Okay, and that will take care of that. Don't need to do anything else. So that gets rid of all of this code, which is great. Does it still work, having done all that now? Let's find out. And now we can more easily adjust the color of individual coins and that sort of thing. Okay. I do need to adjust the partner size. I just remembered that. Or the partner icon. That's going to be tricky. But not impossible or anything. So yeah. Icon containers sub 1, that's the partner one. Region rect, adjust it to be the correct partner. Partner index being this value here. There we go. Okay, so on these, let's adjust the colors of each individual type a little bit, because we can do that now. Okay, so there's our base setup. I guess what we can do is move these into here. And then we can adjust the colors individually. So we'll have, I don't want the, I don't want to show, where am I seeing this? No. I don't know what's showing me this. I don't really want to see it, but whatever. Okay, let's say energy is going to be bright yellow. Sure, that works. Error. Oops. Error went all wrong, didn't it? Paste it in there. Hide that, show that. Okay, and then let's just adjust the hue here to be more of a red. Do not get this kind of color. Hopefully that yells don't get this. You know what? I guess we should probably even make this like I don't know, red. And then let's make this black. Maybe we'll try that. That should yell do not collect this one. Let's make the default one a nice let's make green. Let's go with a nice terminal green. I think that's what we need here. That'll work for the partner as well. And energy, I'm thinking blue. Blue works well with kind of like maybe like a, yeah, there we go, like a teal. Yeah, I think that's good. So you're collecting the blue and the green, and you're avoiding the red, the big loud red one. Now that does present a bit of difficulty in reading between player versus partner. I'm worried, but... Uh-oh, we had an error. Base object of node 2D. Right, because that's not the location of that anymore. Because now it is in main icon within that. So we gotta do get node again. A little silly. Oop, nope, wrong scene. Okay, I think this is gonna come together here. I'm liking the look of it so far. Okay, that's good. Okay, where's our energy? There's our energy, it's blue. Maybe there's something choppy about this, and I don't know how to fix it yet. So another piece of this, should we make it overall a little smaller? Okay, I guess one thing is viewport just wrong a bit. I think we can center this a bit more in this. We can even scale the whole thing up a bit as needed to fit. I feel like we want this to be mostly more over here and then reduce the size of the actual viewport. Like that. And then this whole deal. Like we could get like a big console something or other over it. Maybe add some scan lines. That would be interesting. Probably position this just a little bit back. But yeah, then it fits a little bit nicer and everything. I like it. Yeah, let's change the color for the partner. The player being green, energy being blue, error being red. Partner maybe yellow makes more sense. I don't know. This one's a weird one. I'm gonna go with a purple. Fine. I feel like you can barely see the purple against the black. It's a hard minigame sometimes. Okay, so how does this thing slide in? Just plop down from above, kind of do a little doom, doom. Should I give it a big CRT container? It would be appropriate, especially with the save icon thing. We're going for like an old hardware sort of thing. Model it after a Commodore 64 or something. Except just the screen. Just a big old boxy beige. Because it can't be very deep. Let's just kind of mess around with some stuff. All right, I'm gonna close this. All right, recovery special. So let's just try some things. Big screen. And imagine beige. There's no light in this scene, so it's not gonna give me the full glorious color. Imagine a big box. Big boxy screen. Some knobs or something. Maybe. Let's model a Commodore 64. Oh, can we round this? Is this like asking for trouble to make this a rounded screen? Like to give it kind of that glass, that sort of recess at the corners. But then we could take the viewport texture and apply it, I think, to that. We're gonna try it. This is not gonna go well. All right, Blender. Let's make a mess. So, big ol' screen. How was it? I don't really know anything about it. It was fine. All right. Okay, it's one of those. We're gonna make an old console. I actually have one of these. I have a Commodore 64 in the closet, which I could use as an example. But we're gonna try and go with what we got here, which is turning out to be a microwave. Actually, maybe it'd be very interesting if the whole thing was like just squished in a bit. Thank you for that follow. All follows are anonymous. So let's just make a material here that is vaguely the Commodore 64, like the old console beige. So I'm gonna have it like, I'm gonna have the enemies move off screen. They're just gonna slide out. Like maybe what it is, we zoom in on Dabble when you select it. He does a little animation of like data happening. And while that's happening, the enemies just kind of slide off screen. And then we zoom back out and big console just drops down from the sky. And then minigame begins. Pew, 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 pew. I'm moving things. I'm doing the things. I'm collecting the tokens. Who's Dabble? The robot is Dabble. Dabble is the robot. And then it collects all the things. We process the health up. Console, I don't know, just ascends. And then the enemies slide back in. Oh, yeah, and it says high score. I love it. We'll get some really, really crummy audio effects for it. And that will be the theme for all the special attacks. So I feel like the corners need to be just slightly, just ever so slightly beveled. Not that much beveled. Less beveled than that. Just like a little bit beveled. Smooth it out a bit, and shade smooth. So smooth, so smooth. And then we have like the next piece is gonna be, do we do this as a loop cut? So like this, and do this, and it's okay if it's a little bit off center because we just don't care that much. And then we make a new material, we assign it, and then we actually edit it. And this one is sort of a darker. It's not reflective at all, though. There's no, it's rough. It's plastic. I guess it's okay. So it's a little, it's a tiny bit reflective, but it's not shiny. Wow, Al. Save some for the rest of us. Inset slightly. Then we're gonna extrude in a bit. And that's already a pretty decent start there. Okay, now the weird one is I want to do kind of the rounded edges. And I don't really know 100% how we're going to get that. So this is the last material here, which we will temporarily assign as a. Actually, that, look at that! Look at that! We made a microwave. Okay, that already looks pretty darn good. But I want the screen to bow a bit, as these old screens did. And I don't know how we're gonna do that exactly. I guess we want to like subdivide this. And then want to do this, I guess is the idea, is that I want to do, yeah. Kind of like that. Where's my proportional editing? How do I do proportional editing? Okay, that is it. That is it. Except I want it more. Okay, what I might have to do is select everything and get this more square. Then do the proportional edit. the thing is, with the proportional editing, what I want is I want to select more. I want to select, like, maybe if I do like this and then do proportional editing, I'll get the effect I want. I mean, that's pretty good already. That's a pretty good start. Okay, and then scale it back out. I think that's a good. I think this is okay. I think this is okay for what we're wanting to have. We're gonna try that. This is certainly something. Screen.blend. We'll see what happens. Okay. Stop dancing. Okay. Yes, delete that. So, in our recovery special, we need to pull up our Dabbletails art. All the folders are still called Dabbletails, even though this is more or less officially Paper Robot. Screen.glb. What a gorgeous screen that is. Wow. Okay, so the hope is that what we can do is on the materials, we can override this final one only with a standard material. Is that true? Can I not use maybe a viewport material? Viewport texture, no, Like, I definitely want it to be a viewport. So Sprite 3D lets me choose as a texture, a viewport texture. Can I copy this? Oh, maybe I can save it. Let's save this as viewport texture. And see if I can apply that viewport texture here. Oh. Huh. That looks incorrect. I think so. I think that's going to be our idea, Al. That's vaguely what we're coming up with. Is it's going to be some kind of old school UI, maybe not necessarily game specifically, but something along those lines. Some sort of like old retro computing software. Yeah, something like that even. I know this is very wrong. Is my UV texturing just really bad? All right, you know what? Let's just try like this. Let's just see what happens here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll do fun stuff. Huh. Well, it's purple. It's very purple. Which I would say is typically missing texture. Became purple. So why was it purple? Why was it so purple? Why was it being purple at me? Let's go material override viewport texture. Using a viewport as a texture. Oh yeah. We've got so many possibilities here now. Like, now that we've got a decent theming. Okay, applying a texture. Material override, new spatial material. Okay, let's try it this way. We'll do it your way. There is no new spatial material. Mesh instance. Oh, geometry. Uh-oh. But that only gives me... Uh-oh. But that's only going to give me... But that would... Uh-oh. Maybe this will work. It probably won't. But we'll try it. Dupu? Wow, my bot is like dead, I guess? No, it's still up. It didn't make the noise. Now it's doing Visual Studio because I clicked on my start menu. Dubu, thank you for 33 months. Bomberman 64, what a game. It's having some issues tonight. I don't know what's up. Something screwy is happening. Okay, well, the Sprite 3D is still showing the texture correctly, but we can't get it applied to this. Get your balls like a pro. Select the viewport. Okay, so, okay. So I have this geometry, but it's got more materials than I know what to do with. Material override. New spatial material. That is not available, sir. Instance, geometry instance, geometry. Is this? Oh, this is a 3.2 tutorial. Oh, that would do it. That would do it. That's a 3.2. That's a 3.2. That's not gonna work. We're not on 3.2. Here we go, 4.4. Okay. Got our sub-viewport. Apply the texture. Mesh instance 3D, geometry instance. Material override, new standard material. See, it's gonna do it to everything though. That's the problem. So if I do it to here though, wouldn't that be good and cool? Wouldn't that be cool if that happened? Wouldn't that be neato? Wouldn't that be neato torpedo? If we were able to do that. Sigh. Delete the screen, delete it, re-add it. Can I apply this to this? No. Okay. So I have to editable children, and then in this, go down to here. Why is this still here? Make unique. Pow. So it's there, but it's not there. For reasons. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Gauntlet was a weird, fun game. Why is it purple? What if it wasn't purple and instead it worked? Godot purple texture. Why are my textures purple? Viewport textures work in editor, appear solid purple in game. Open bug. Uh-oh. Steps to reproduce. Nice. Nice. After some testing, it's not nested sub. Okay, so this guy was doing nested sub viewports. Yikes. Viewport textures not working. GL compatibility renderer does not fix it. Not exclusive to controls. Oh, okay. There's a workaround. The order in which the nodes are entered and whether they are redrawn. Love-hate relationship. I like the idea of the fact that it is a cooperative yet competitive experience. Have you tried coding? I should have tried. I forgot to check my normals. Property usage storage flag must be enabled. Local to scene on for the mesh resource. Local to scene. What does that mean? Make local? What does that do? What does that mean? Yeah, I was very much like playing an arcade game. Okay, that didn't... Okay, so that wasn't it. Okay, make local to scene. Resource. Viewport, local to resource. I don't know what that means. Make local to scene. I've seen that before. This whole make local to scene business. I know that that option exists somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh wait, resource, local to scene. Okay, maybe that. Let's try that. On for the mesh, material, and texture resources. No. No dice. There's a dumb option we can do. There is a dumb option we can do. First, let's see if this fails as well. This should fail. I love Goomba. Okay, it's not purple, but it's dark because there's no light in the scene. That's fine. Okay, so currently does not work. Good. More information about this bug here. When using a mesh instance 3D, adding a sub viewport to it and a control node to the sub viewport to show 2D UI on 3D mesh, make sure to enable local to scene on all of the resource checkboxes. Having even one of the 3 local to scene checkboxes unchecked will make this show as purple in game. Huh. Okay. Very peculiar. Lizard party. Lizards should work fine because they are not part of the bot. I want just this mesh, this curved mesh, to have this texture. Why do you not want that to happen? Do you hate fun? Do you hate fun? All resources using the viewport texture need to be. All resources using the viewport. First plane is not set, so it doesn't appear. Okay, so hang on. There's some shenanigans, there's some tomfoolery afoot. Local to scene. Resources duplicated for each instance of all scenes using it. At runtime, the resource can be modified in one scene without affecting other instances. Okay, so it does a thing. It does an interesting thing. But what else is there? Is this also? Maybe this also needs to be listed as local to scene. Oh, wait. Is that? That certainly looks. No, that doesn't look right. Does it? Unless the texture's just not stretched properly, but that's a possibility. Like we could have some kind of UV thing going on here. Okay, well, you know what? Save it. Let's see if we're actually getting animation on it now. We are. I do see a little bit of something on there. It's not pretty, but it is actually moving. Why do I not see any of the balls falling, though? That's weird, right? That's probably weird. Whoa. Okay, let's see what that looks like. It just doesn't show up in there. Okay, what if... Okay, shading. Shading. Unshaded. Yeah. Oh, hey. Whoa. We're getting something. Oh, hang on. We are getting something. We're getting somewhere. All right. It's a little bit ugly, but it's working. Okay, so we're messing with the triplanar texture. Currently, what is going on with it? What the heck? What? Okay, that's fine. That's fine, probably. Oh, I know why. Okay, well, it's not great, but at least I know why it's happening. Okay, so we're gonna have to do something dumb here, I think. Which is we're gonna have to tilt the whole stupid screen on its side. All right, now then. Oh, and it's upside down. Okay then. Well, that makes so much sense. Okay. Bigger. Is that it right there? Maybe. Battle? Hey, wait a second. I think we got a little something here. Hang on, we got a little something going on here. Okay. Next up, scoot it to the side. Scoot the whole box a little to the side. And a little bit back. I think that's about right. A little bit down, maybe? Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're getting there. So now, after all that, we want to have the animation surrounding the special attack. Which is, we want to make it, it's still not quite right. There's still something weird going on with it, but I kind of am okay with it being a little bit weird. So we want this whole screen to be able to plop down. When you do a special attack, we want Dabble to have a little animation that he does, whatever it is. Like, I don't know, he glows and strikes a pose, and then the big screen falls down. And then we need the big screen to fall down. So we need an animation player. Screen enter. So we are going to work with the screen object, the position, and the rotation. So it's going to plop down pretty harshly. All right, skip track. Too meditative. All right, screen. Come from up. be rotated. Screen fall down fast. Maybe even shake the camera a bit. This is gonna look awful. Our first iteration is, at least. But we'll fix it. That's very silly of it. What does cubic look like on this? Also silly. Okay, so here. Oops, and then here. Boy, that does look pretty bad. Oh, why does it do that? Okay, so more like thunk. Then up. Down. Less up. Down. Less up. Okay, so now we got... Yeah, that's better. That's better. And then on the right side. And then just like a little tilt up. Before slamming down. Completely flat. It got a little bit jittery at the end. Of course it did, because I made it do that. Maybe if we drop out, I don't know, this chunk? Close. No, not close. Bonk, 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 bonk. Maybe this is too slow here at the end. Maybe this is unnecessary completely. Like, what if it just slams down? Is that bad? If maybe what we can do is add a camera shake function. Let's go linear. Nope, let's not go linear. Because I think that could be nice if we do a little wobble on the camera. We'll need the battle camera. What manages the battle camera? Wait a second. What's our battle camera look like? Battle camera handler. Here we go. Where even is this? There it is, right there. Okay, this is fine. We have a global camera handler. No, we can just have this whole thing reach out to the battle manager. So recovery special can have a script. Hobbits. I think those are off limits. Shake camera. Yeah, pretty sure. So we need a function. Right there. Call shake camera. Shake camera is going to reach out to battle manager. Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. How can I get the battle manager from here? Is there any good way to grab that? Get node. I'm gonna jump into that battle manager. I don't see a great way that we can grab that. We got all this self, which isn't great. So something is going to create this, and that is the move directory. Battle moves. So it's like that we could action command start. Does that return the actual? No, it does not. Battle manager action command instance. Start action command. Okay, so we have a start action command function here. Action command instance gets added to the battle manager. Ah. Well, that's easy. That makes it a lot easier because we should just be able to say well, okay, our battle manager is parent. So let's try this from a battle. They're hobbits. Well, you see, like, for D&D, they can't call it hobbits officially, so they call them halflings instead. There it is. It appeared. Wait, it didn't even call the... it didn't even call my print call here. Oh, because I'm not doing the... not doing the thing. New halflings. Ah. That's a different story. Play screen enter. Gotta close out Blender. You know, this did actually turn out, for being like really dead simple, that turned out okay. I am in fact wearing Dupu today. Action commands is the parent. Oh. Oh yeah, it does get added to the action command container. Action command container. Being what? Being this. So battle manager is the parent of that. Whew. That's battle manager. And then camera, the camera handler is battle manager dot get node. Battle camera handler. So then we can tell the battle camera handler that it should shake. Who are you wearing? It's Dupu. Who is Dupu? Exactly. Winks at camera. Right. Shake. Shake timer equals 0 by default. They all believed her. You know, you guys have heard of Dupu. The stupid video I made today. It's okay, so it's an old classic. If I search for SMW credits dog dance, bingo. That's it. This is the original. Well, I don't know if this is the original. So Dupu added his second Scooby-Doo costume of the stream. And then as soon as he changed the layering of which one was on top, it made it the illusion of animation. And I was like, Dupu, you need to keep doing that over and over again. Trust me. He never got to that, so I had to make the video to demonstrate what he was supposed to have been doing. Okay. So camera lerps towards a position. How can we do an offset easily? Yeah, go crazy. Use that as your pre-roll. Okay, let's have current position. Unshaken position. And then camera dot position. Wait, is it not like this? Oh, not node 3D. Sorry, vector 3D. And instead of messing with the camera position, wait, you don't like this? Cannot find vector 3. Instead of messing with camera position, we instead mess with unshaken position. And then camera dot position can equal unshaken position plus our shaking offset. So if shake timer is greater than 0, then shake timer minus equals delta, and then just wiggle randomly. If we've got a shake timer, then camera dot position dot x plus equals random float minus 0.5 times a constant 0.2. Let's say do the same with the y value, and we're good. So now we should be able to set the shake timer to some short amount. Okay, let's see if we get a camera shake. Should be fairly straightforward. Yeah, did you see that? We got camera shake. Cool. Avoid that one. Nice. Ball catching pro. Okay. Add motion blur. Man, motion blur. Can you imagine? Ray tracing. Add blockchain. So everything that Dupu uses for his background is like that part of that memory thing that Dupu uses for his background. What memory thing do you mean? Can we close so many tabs here? I've got too many tabs. Just close them all. Close it all. And then we'll start from scratch here. AMR for the hack building. ASM. Is that what you're talking about? Oh wait, no. You're talking about the thing he uses for his game's background. That is different. That is a standalone program. Yeah, DMA, I think. I don't remember what it stands for, or if that's the right acronym. Okay. Luckily, there was a video that's been making the rounds on YouTube that goes into detail on exactly how this works. Dynamic memory adjustment, something, I don't know. The SNES is drawing things across the screen one line at a time. And you can tell it, hey, instead of starting at the far left, scoot a little bit over on this line. And if you change the amount you scoot over per line, you can create the illusion of prettier depth-based backgrounds using trickery. That was a strategy used for some games on the SNES. Not a lot of games used it, but it's very powerful. But the rule is that you can't move like part of a background. Everything has to be divided into perfectly horizontal strips when you're kind of shifting things around. So backgrounds had to be specifically designed around that. All right. Recovery special is going to be that we zoom in. Zoom in on Dabble. He'd do a little dance. Get our waiting function. He'd do a dance. And then we wait a bit. Camera. Set camera target. No? Focus. No? What did we just do? Oh, I'm not in the right. Well, okay, I left somehow. So we just set it to null when we're done, right? Is it that simple? It was something, processor. Well, see, it turns out that's one of the new items, so you know you're not expected to even know it. So that's perfect. Okay, camera target for battle actions. Okay, so it actually just sets that. So battle camera handler has a lerp speed. We already explored the new items. Yeah, that was what we did in October. Let's see here. Target. When you set a target, lerp speed is slow. So we might need we might want to set the lerp speed as well. Set camera speed. 0.03 is the default. All right. So now we can set camera speed to 0.05. Try that. The quantum processors were used for like some of the in-game stuff. Okay, so we need Dabble to do a little dance. We need Dabble to do a dance. I'm thinking that we could have him do his victory dance, but not this part. Just like this part. That would be pretty fun. Imp, welcome in. How was the multi-world tonight? Is that what it is? My terminology is all crocused. It hurt. Okay, multi-world. I sometimes confuse it with Archipelago, but that's when you have multiple different types of games, not just everyone doing Link to the Past randomizer. He did get the bug net early on. I saw that at least. Archipelago is wild. What if? What if? Okay. So we want to play an animation. So change animation, but also sneak. Can we do that? See, this is annoying right here. This right here. I want to... Yeah, I guess I do want to just, like, play immediately, regardless of what you're doing. The pots branch. Oh, is that where items can be in any pot in the game? I think I'm familiar with that one. Because I want it to play the reset animation, but I need it to actually process that. That's the annoying thing. Animation player methods. It's like I want to queue it. Play. I want to seek. Guess. Like, what if I just don't do that? Or what if I just duplicate this animation and call this summon? We're gonna do a summon animation, guys. Dabble can now summon. Be afraid. Okay, so these are all fine. Delete that. What do we got? Flip, 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 flip. So scoot everything here to 0. Scoot these back. And make this whole thing listed as 1.5 seconds. All right, so now we have summon. It's that easy. All right, so we're gonna zoom in and we're gonna have him do summon. Then we're gonna wait for that animation to finish. Zoom out. No, let's not wait for the whole thing to finish. Let's wait for like most of it to finish, then wait the rest of the way. All right, let's see how this looks. So we are making special moves. I got some shaders figured out. They're not beautiful yet, but they will be. And so now we have a mini game as a special move. These guys are not going to be here. This is going to be the theme of all the special moves in the game. There we go. That's the move. Then he's going to get healed by appropriate amounts. It's going to be amazing. Very hilarious. So still need to make sure I slide these guys off camera when we zoom in. And I still need to I need to have some kind of tally being drawn to show like how much health you've gained and how much energy you've gained. We'll figure it out. Oh, this is a big move. This is taking a lot of time to get it all the individual pieces squared away, but we are getting there. But yeah, progress. What if I do another one? Oh wait, he can't do another one. Okay. Yeah. How do I slide the enemies off screen safely? Because I think we could probably do that pretty quickly. We'd have to say... we'd have to do a separate action queue. When would we do that? So like right as the summon starts. Or even just immediately. It could happen right away as a separate action queue. So these queues are independent items that they can just on their own process through some list of things that need to be done. And one such thing is scoot all the enemies over. So let's see here. Move. We have a launch actor. We have a move actor action. So one thing we could do is modify move actor to be move actors. And do that by an offset. Or actor in actors. Oh, no, it needs to be a static location, doesn't it? Okay, well, That makes it trickier. How do we want to do that then? Hey, what's the big idea? I was thinking what we could do. All right, instead of move actors, start move actors. And this will just trigger immediately. Battle manager dot action queues dot append. And then append a single action. Oh, battle actions dot action queues. Oh, excuse me. So we'll just take the action queue. And for each one of these guys, we will append a move actor binding to move actor to a location equal to actor dot global position plus the offset. I think that will work. Start move actors. We need to grab the enemies, which is our battle manager dot enemy side units. And we're gonna say move them to the right by 10 units. Will this work? Will this slide these enemies right off screen? They won't slide back on screen. It's gonna be very funny. No, it will not. Because battle unit does not have a global position. Because I chose the units instead of the actors. Haha. Is it dot select or dot map? Understandable. We'll probably be raiding out here in just a bit. What is the array object here? Is it map? It is in fact map. Turn a dot actor. Now try it. Scoot all actors on the enemy side to the right. Didn't like that either. Because we didn't return true. All of our actions must have a return to indicate that they are done. That didn't do it either. What did we not like that time? Get method in base bool. Did I not do binding? I didn't do a bind call. I tried to call the function directly. You're not supposed to do that. Typing is a little weak. Hey, they're gone. Look at that. Pew, pew, pew. Well, good, we did it. Now we can leave. We're gonna raid into GQ. I almost, in the chat box, instead of typing raid game queued, I almost typed var game queued, which would have been very funny. It would not. No one would have laughed. It would have been very sad. This is a pretty cool little setup we've got. I do wonder if I can get a sort of, maybe even a fake reflective surface going on here. That would be cool. Not gonna hold my breath, but that would be really nice. The enemies are just gone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. They got hurt. Trust me. Here they come. Here they come. They're coming. They might be coming. They're not coming. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll be back with more of this on Wednesday. I'll see you guys then. Have a good night. Have a good week. Bye.